Welcome to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprofit.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Profit Podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey, and today we're going to do a little mock draft here. Now that free agency's kind of, all the big names are in where they're going to be. There's a couple names out there like, the quarterback situation for the Patriots. Where's Jameis going to go? That kind of stuff, which isn't, made itself known yet. But I feel we have a pretty good feel for what to go with in this draft, except, rookies, obviously. That situation will make it change later on. But I don't think that's going to be too big of a deal, honestly. There's some good rookie running backs and stuff, but not enough where I think it's going to really affect us in drafts. But so with this one, we're doing 10 teams, PPR. I'm drafting third. Jeff's drafting 8. And also, I just got to lift the curtain here. We'll go behind the curtain a little bit, Jeff. Normally we record together, but with all this stuff going on, I'm recording in my garage right next to some baby chickens. So if you guys hear some random chirping in the background, your ears aren't mistaking you. They are chickens. So it's a little different setup we got going these days, Jeff, with everything going on here.
Yeah, making it work.
Hey, we'll make it. I'm in a garage with chickens. It's just, hey, never thought I'd be recording podcasts like that. But hey, you got to do what you got to do. So we're going to jump this thing, just getting started here. I have the third pick. My pick is already up. So this PPR setting, I don't know if it's changes quite a bit on who's getting drafted. McCaffrey, obviously, number 1 in this, but Michael Thomas, number 2. Kind of surprised at that one now.
Yeah, go for the safe wide receiver. Not what I would do, but I get why he'd be the number 1 wide receiver off the board.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I still wouldn't go there with Thomas at 2, but I will take Saquon. I like Saquon here. Saquon with my first pick, third pick in the draft. Alvin Kamara goes next. DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, well, this is easy for me.
Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill. Jeff is on the board. Wide receivers went heavy, and Zeke sitting there for you.
Yeah, so, thank you. I'll take Zeke. The 8th pick.
Yeah, why not? That works. With I don't think PPR is going to affect it that much, but in this setting, it has. Julio went after you pick Zeke. Then Josh Jacobs, the 5th running back off the board.
And
wow.
Yeah, all right. And I'll be honest. Oh, wow. Okay.
So
this doesn't
Jacobs,
feel...
Mix, and Chubb.
All right. Well, I'm going to take Delvin Cook. So, I mean, thank you very much. I don't know. It kind of feels weird, but at the same time, I mean, I could see this happening. Obviously, I think Delvin Cook will be taken in the first. But at the same time, if you really want to go wide receiver, no one out of the ordinary has gone. And I was hit with the question of, do I really want to go Chris Godwin? Do I want to go Mike Evans or, Galladay, someone in that range? And as everyone in the second round here, besides for Chris Godwin, has gone running back because it is a little deeper, right? I mean, in the second round coming back, Craig is picking right now, but it was Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. I picked Delvin Cook, then Derrick Henry, Leonard Fournette, and then Aaron Jones went right before Craig. Yeah. So
changed
really,
my pick.
Ton of talent in the running back spot going in the second round.
So it changed. I was probably going to go maybe Jones there if I had him the chance. But I went Mike Evans instead, best wide receiver on the board for me. So I went Evans. I would have liked to get a running back there. Just where the draft was falling. I like Evans, but I just don't know how that's going to play out yet. So Kittle went, Melvin Gordon went, Travis Kelce went, Amari Cooper went. I'm back up. I got to figure out if I wanted to go running back here. And I don't love it, though. That's the problem. I don't love where these running backs are at. So, this is tough. This is tough. You know what? I'm gonna switch it up here. Kenny Galladay. I love Galladay. I think he's gonna have a big year. With a full season from Stafford, I like the chances for Galladay. I didn't love the selections left at that pick. At running back, I didn't love them. I couldn't pull the trigger on anybody right there. I'm thinking I'll have a decent option next time around. So after I picked Galladay, went Mahomes, Cooper Kupp, Lamar Jackson. So we got our first 2 quarterbacks off the board here in the third, which is I'm okay with that. That's an okay spot for quarterbacks. Miles Sanders, Jeff on the clock. I don't know what you're thinking about here.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm in a weird spot here, right? Because tight end, you can go Ertz if you really want to, but I'm actually going to go 3 straight running backs, to be quite honest. I'm going to take Le'Veon Bell as my number 3. I think this is a good spot to get him. I don't think that he is a number 1 by any chance, but I think that he's going to keep getting work. And if they get better, I have an amazing running back crew. Now I get it to come back around to me. I didn't really miss out on too much. And here I mean, it's not who I would want as my number one necessarily, but I think he's super solid. And guess who is not there in Minnesota as well? So I'm going to go with Adam Thielen as a number one, which is more like as a really nice number two. And then I think I'll just go depth at wide receiver because that's kind of how it fell to me. So now Craig is up after Allen Robinson, DJ Chark, Devin Singletary, and Calvin Ridley went. What are you thinking?
You know what? This is where... Okay, so I know we've talked about... I think I'm going to go Austin Eckler, I think, actually. We've talked about him. We're not like completely sold on it, but he is the guy there. And I'm not sold on James Conner. Kerryon, I think I might get him next time around.
Yeah. Also, I think that at the end of the fourth, I think is a very good spot to get him. I think you're making a great pick on that one.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, I don't love it. Kerryon went, actually. I couldn't get him in the back, coming back around.
Well, he is your number two as well, right? I think that is I think it's a solid pick.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I'm not again, I don't know how that's going to play out, but in the end of the fourth, I think you're getting a starting running back or, I don't know how that situation is going to play out. We obviously don't know. They didn't sign anybody, so it's going to have to be in a draft situation. So, although unless you think Justin Jackson's going to do a lot. But after Eckler went Debo, DK Metcalf, Kerryon, Mark Ingram. I got to pick again. This is now, I think there's right receivers I can get later. Maybe. You know what? I'll go receiver. I'll go DJ Moore. I like DJ Moore. He's, I think getting DJ Moore after like Lockett, Chark, Samuel, DK Metcalf. I think DJ Moore should be ahead of some of those guys. I think he should be ahead of Debo and Chark.
Oh,
for
man.
sure.
I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say
DK.
Yeah, there's a ton, right? But also, I feel like a lot of people took a real hit, and because of the position I'm in, I'm thinking I might actually go down and grab people that might be big rather than. Here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to go with Odell. I know that he didn't perform last year, but at this point, I'm going straight talent. And if I'm getting him and he can turn into a number one, because of the way I drafted, that is the way I'm going to do it. Now I'm already back up after T.Y. and Michael Gallup went, then Ertz and a quarterback, Deshaun Watson. I'm back up and I'm going to kind of go down even further a little more, and I'm going to go Juju Smith-Schuster, right? So I feel like, can this actually happen? I don't know, but people are going to probably look at this and say it's you have a team of, 2 years ago or a year ago, this would have been the most amazing thing of all time.
Right.
But I still think that even if they don't perform the way they should, even if they perform the way they did last year almost, like Juju should be a lot better. Roethlisberger should be back. Odell can't possibly be as bad as he was last year. So you think that, okay, at very least, you're going to get a number 3 out of him at the very least. So I feel like if you stack all that talent, it kind of is more like risk reward as of right now.
I think that, there's a lot of risk reward there, but you could go big with that team.
And A.J. Brown just went in front of you, who is another one I really like. I think he would have been a good pick. And Craig got Marlon Mack. Wow.
I like Marlon Mack. I got him after Phillip Lindsay and David Montgomery, even at running back, which I want Marlon Mack over those guys.
Yeah, and I really like, I was going to say, Kenyon Drake just went in the 7th round too. It just shows you how much deeper running back is. But I do have to say, I feel like Drake would go before, say, a David Montgomery this time around and a Phillip Lindsay, especially after Melvin Gordon went there. So I feel like, even though the rosters haven't updated, I feel like when you hit the start of the season, that will change.
And then after I picked Mack, it went Russell Wilson, Stephon Diggs, Kyler, Kenyon Drake. I probably would have considered Diggs there. I like Diggs, obviously, always have, but he's gone. So I'm going to take Chance as my 4th running back and hope David Johnson isn't completely done, which I still think he might be done. I'm still kind of on that bandwagon that he is done. But as my 4th running back in the 7th round, it's worth a shot, I feel like, just in case he's not done. But I'm still leaning towards he's done. So don't mistake that. It's just sometimes in a certain spot, you're like, it's worth a shot at this point as my 4th back. So Evan Ingram went after I picked Johnson. Aaron Rodgers went off the board. Hunter Henry, Kareem Hunt. Jeff's on the clock.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to love my team here, and it is going to be completely upside. And why not continue with
AJ Green?
AJ Green, you got it.
Yeah.
So, you look at my roster, 2 years ago would have been the most deadly roster of all time. And I still think that between all of them, I am in very good shape. Oh,
So
Darius Geis went right after me. I was actually eyeing him a little bit. And
I would have thought about Geis here too. I'm a Geis fan, but went before I could get him. I thought I might get him around here, but Waller, Jarvis Landry, Dak Prescott off the board as well. Jeff back on the clock. This is where it starts to be, I don't know. I felt like so far we've gotten a lot of talent. I don't know what to do here necessarily.
Yeah, this is a rough one.
Yeah, it's starting to, figure out. Not as a
Yeah, I know. I'm running out of time, so I just have to pick one. But I'm just going to go depth here, and I'm going to go Sony Michel as my fourth running back. It just takes a nosedive after this, so I felt like I had to get someone who should get touches. I'm not in love with the pick, but at the same time, I think it's a quality one.
So before my pick here, quick, I was going to let you know this other team I'm drafting. So it's like a ridiculously 90 teams or something, like 8 copies of each player. It's really ridiculous. James is in this league as well.
I was talking to both of you. But
let's see here. I'm going to make my pick before let's see here. I don't know what to pick. I don't like this. What do I want to do here, Jeff? I'm going to lose my spot. Oh, crap. You know what? I will take... This is a big chance, but I'll take Will Fuller because if he's going to...
DeAndre Hopkins is not in town, and if he stays healthy, every year we have this conversation, and he never does.
It's worth a shot.
Yeah, I like where your head's at. And so round too.
So my team in this other league, I tell you, I got Dalvin Cook and Le'Veon Bell at running back. Same kind of thing. Julio Jones, Mike Evans, and Keenan Allen at wide receiver. So
super solid. Yeah, it is a super weird league too, right? Because you have how many of each player in the league?
Like 8 copies of each player in that thing.
But can you only get 1 copy of each person?
Yes.
Yeah, which it sounds like a very cool league, but at the same time, that actually turned me off. Like if there's multiple copies of a player, I want to be able to draft him. Like otherwise, what are we doing?
Oh man, I don't know what to do here. So I'm gonna go. I don't like this pick, but I'm gonna go Ronald Jones as of now. This is today. He's my 5th running back. We don't know what Tampa's going to do in the draft, obviously. So
yeah, I have a good idea though.
Yeah. So as of now, in this situation, he would be a solid 9th round pick if he's the guy there. I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. So if I didn't pick him, we'll see I don't know who else I would have picked there. I think I have one option. Let's see if Jeff picks him or not. Probably not.
Did Sammy Watkins, does he have a deal lined up with KC? Did he sign that?
What? I don't even know. Let me look this up as we're talking here.
Because that would come into play for me right now. But since I can't pick him because I'm running out of time, I'm actually going to go Dallas Goedert at tight end. This is more of a I love him pick, and I think they can use both of them. I think this is the year that he starts getting more and more involved. And maybe it is a little too early, but at the same time, I liked him better than a lot of these other guys at tight ends. And I'm waiting for Craig to tell me if I should pick Hardman.
He's still on the team as of now. He's still
but he doesn't have a new deal, right?
No, the deals, they haven't done a new deal. He's on his cap hits $21 million, which is the worry of him getting cut, obviously. Because they could save $14 million if they let him go.
I'm going to go ahead and assume he's going to get cut. I'm going to take McCole Hardman in the 10th and say that he will turn into number 2 as a speedster with Pat Mahomes and that offense. And I think that would be a home run if that happens. I don't think they're going to keep that $21 million. It's way too much money for it. Sammy Watkins don't get me wrong, he's a talented player, but with his injury concerns and what he brought to the team, I don't think he's that necessary. I think they let him go.
You know what? Sammy Watkins is always going to be that he could have been so good. This has never quite worked out.
Right.
And it's just not going to, I feel like. It's just not, you can't, at this point, can't wait on it forever, right? It's just not happening. So,
yeah, I don't think so.
I'm going to go with another running back, really beef up my running backs here, and go with my 6th running back. And I'm going to go Raheem Mostert because, you know what? Maybe he earned the job at the end of last year. And if he did, this could be a really good pick. So I really went nuts on my running backs here. And I think he could be a good one. But now the problem is I need wide receivers, and I don't know where to go.
I like that pick, though. Especially in the 11th to take Mostert, I think is once again, really solid pick. You're going for upside when you get this late into it or to fill a need.
So, I'll go wide receivers. I'll take some upside, go Darius Slayton. He looked good at times last year. Will that translate over for another year? I don't know. But at this point, I don't love a lot of the receivers here. So I will take my shot with Slayton. Some might go Golden Tate, might feel safer. I don't know if it is. I'm not sure. So I'll go Slayton. So after I picked Slayton, it went Garoppolo, Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson was the other one I thought of. I just don't know what that's going to be in Carolina. Jamal Williams for Green Bay. Noah Fant. Jeff on the clock. We are in the 11th, so we have 4 more. Jeff has 5 picks here. I got 4 more. Neither of us have a tight end or a quarterback yet. We really waited on those. You have a tight end. You got Goddard. That's right. You got Goddard. I don't have a tight end or a quarterback.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. We're in. I'm going to lose it. I didn't realize how low I was. Oh, no.
Got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins. You got a quarterback.
Did I? Dang it.
You got a quarterback that every other week you're probably going to be like,
I don't want him. Oh, man. All right. All right, I got to look here. I'm going to go ahead and these 2 rounds are just wasted. And then, of course, Darrell Henderson went right after. I could have had Darrell Henderson.
Henderson, I don't know how that's.
No, it looks really good comparatively right now.
Yeah, right. that whole Rams running back thing is.
No, I'm just going to. I have to pick here quick. So I'm going to go ahead and take Anthony Miller. Obviously,
yeah, I like Miller.
He's always a dark horse. We like his talent. Why not? I'll give him a chance here. But I feel like I have to get a QB later on. Dang it.
I'm not sure if the chickens are enjoying this or not, but they're making noise over here. All right, I got to pick. What should I do here? Don't love the receivers. I don't love anything about any of the picks.
No, I got
perfectly
caught up
honest.
looking.
You know, I don't love them. I don't love a lot here. Like wide receiver, I don't even know where to go.
No, I'll tell you, like, the people that are interesting are people that are like backups at the moment. I don't love Ito Smith, but at the same time, the backup to Gurley, you don't really know what's going on with him. You could go that way.
I went D.D. Westbrook. I don't know.
Westbrook, sure. Why not?
I needed another receiver. I don't love this wide receiver situation here because after I picked D.D., it went Preston Williams, which he had promise, but I don't know what that was a bad Miami team at the time. Daniel Jones, Paris Campbell, who maybe Corey Davis. I mean, are we done with Corey Davis at this point, or is he going to have the Devontae Parker year?
Yeah, I almost give him one more year. It'll be interesting now that he has a solid quarterback.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he's going to go off, but I think he's worth the shot now, especially when you're looking at these wide receivers and you're like, who the heck am I picking from?
Right.
So who are you looking at as far as tight end?
I'll go tight end, and you know what?
You're going OJ Howard? Yeah, that's a really solid pick, I think.
It's just, you know what? Again, at this spot, this late, take the chance, I guess, one more time. And maybe, I mean, you got to think Tom Brady's going to love having a guy like OJ Howard, right? Like, that seems to be exactly what Brady's going to love having Evans, Godwin, and Howard. He's just going to love, that's going to be amazing for him. Take a chance with Howard, tight end. You can find a tight end. You definitely can. There always is somebody that comes up, like last year, Mark Andrews, and I like Gesicki. I do still like Gesicki here. I didn't pick him, but I would go with him. You know, maybe
he's an interesting one.
Like Tyler Higbee at the end of last year was great. You know, stuff like that. So
all right. So even though I hate his situation in New York Jets, Rashad Perriman was hanging out there. So, you know, he's kind of one that you forget about or you're not sure where to put him. I think that's a really solid spot. And what is it? Is this 15 round?
Yes, we are 15 rounds. So we have. I'm just going to skip kicker and defense.
I was going to say because 2 defenses just got taken in. You never know if anyone would take one early. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
I'm not even going to go with one in this.
All right. Well, I'm going to go for man. And there's so many quarterbacks left, and I'm so angry right now. Know what? Who do I go for? Man, there's like 3 that I would love to have, but I'm going to go with Drew Brees just because why not? I still like him. He has Michael Thomas. He still has Kamara. He's still, he's ready, locked and loaded. I can depend on him. So that would be fun to have him. Why not? And now Craig is up after defensive kickers are being taken.
Ooh.
Do you have a quarterback left?
I still got to pick one.
Dude, there is so, right now who are you actually looking at? I think that would be an interesting one.
You know what? I don't even know. So, you know what? There's
2 that stick out to me that I think are just head and shoulders above anyone else.
I might go Stafford.
Yeah, okay. Stafford would be one of them. He was
Yeah.
between the three. It was going to be Breeze, Stafford, and Tannehill is still hanging out there, which I
Yep.
still think is a very solid pick.
Yep.
I like him a lot. So,
I'll go Stafford. I mean, he played very well last year before his injury.
oh, he's wonderful. So,
Yep.
if he can stay healthy, and you can see if Hawkinson can take another step, Galladay looked good. Marvin Jones looked solid, as a number 2.
Yep.
Who knows what they're going to do in the draft, but I think he's set up for a good year.
Man, I don't know what to pick at this last pick. There's nothing I like here. Just nothing. Nothing at all. You know what? I'll take somebody. Maybe.
Good.
I don't know. I don't know what to do here. I'll take a second tight end. I'll take TJ Hawkinson. I think you could see a jump this year. I really do think there will be some kind of a jump for Hawkinson. So I'll go with him. So final pick.
I actually kind of love that you went with 2 tight ends because who knows?
With Howard too. Like he's no.
Actually, it's a really good, that'll be an interesting one too, because I'm not sure how that all will play out, right? Because you have, like, for the tight end, Higbee was doing really well at the end, right? Disley was doing really well for Seattle before he got hurt, but then they picked someone up, and then obviously Eric Ebron gets paid or whatever. Actually, don't like any of these options, but
no, I don't like this. I don't like the draft at the end here. I'm
going to throw Tyler Higbee on my as my last guy because I'm running out of time. But who knows?
Chickens being loud now.
Yeah,
it's I don't love it. I don't love the end of the draft. There's not even like these major upside guys I love this year.
Rookies will change with the rookies.
We did it without rookies today because it's just there's nothing I'm worried about with rookies right now. It's just anytime if you pick a rookie, it's just complete guesswork right now. You have no clue, what the situation is going to be for any of them. So we'll do obviously another mock draft after the draft. It's nice to do one again here after free agents kind of settle down here, but. All right, so that's solid. Jeff, your team has the upside of your team is crazy.
Yeah, upside is bonkers.
Zeke, Dalvin Cook, Le'Veon Bell, Thielen, Beckham, Juju, AJ Green, Sony Michel. Like it's just
I love it so
crazy.
much; it's ridiculous. Even McCole Hardman has upside. Brashad Perriman, the obviously tight end and QB. I'm iffy at, but I mean I have enough firepower to get through it. But so that is my team.
I like that.
You're sitting at, you have a couple really high end players.
I don't love it. Okay. I don't like how anything in this draft fell for me. Saquon, I like Saquon at that pick. That's what I'd go with. At the back end of the second round, that's where I don't know if I love like drafting early in the first, because that back end of the second round, I didn't like what was there.
No, and you could. Well, I don't know. You could have gotten Melvin Gordon, and you went Mike Evans over Melvin Gordon, which I think most people would agree with you on. And then you come around and you get Kenny Galladay, which we both agree is pretty solid. Are you more upset at what position are you actually upset with? That'd be a good
I don't know if I'm upset with anything. I just it's okay. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't love, it's just one of those where it's like, I like it, but it's not like I absolutely loved any of it.
I feel like you don't necessarily have depth either. Like, even though it looks like your running backs, there are like those guys where you talk about and you're like, well, what if? I totally get that with, Mostert. I'm not a huge Ronald Jones guy, but I get it. David Johnson. I mean, those 3 guys right there, you're kind of like, well, if one hits, we're good. And then Marlon Mack, Austin Eckler, Saquon. But it does feel like you're missing
something.
Yeah, it does. Like maybe a number 2. I don't know. I'm not sure. Exactly,
I think it's Eckler. I think he's playing tricks with my mind yet. Where he seems like a solid pick, but in my mind, I'm still like, is he? Is he my number 2? Which I think is number 2. He's actually really good, but my mind's not telling me that. I think that's where it's screwing with me. and for some reason, even though I love Kenny Galladay, he is too. Like Kenny Galladay's a 2 is great again, but it's just something there.
It's always about that. If you had, and obviously this is every draft, right? If you had one more guy that you had either insane upside or you had like a locked in number 2 wide receiver or running back, I think you would be in love with your team. I think you're like, it's that one guy away syndrome where you're kind of like, okay, well, if I also had, you can pick someone even later on or whatever, like even a Melvin Gordon or a Devin Singletary or something like that. And I think you would feel much better about it.
Yeah. Well, it's I think it would be a solid team. I think it'd be a solid team. But all right. Actually, before we get out of here, we had one question come into us through email, so definitely should answer here. Question for one of the listeners who got Trace here. It says he's a longtime listener to the pod from Vancouver, Canada, who is quarantined right now. So, like all of us,
respect.
He's a 3-time champ because of us. So very grateful. Yeah, there we go. So he's this is a keeper question. So it's a 12-team league, full PPR. He needs to keep 2 players forever. He can keep them forever. There's no money involved. There's no draft cost. There's no picks. It's just you get to keep these guys. So he also wonders, like, after these keepers, what kind of advice would we give him maybe on picks? Where he currently picks 12th. So that's down there. So you got to pick first 2 guys out of these. All right. Nick Chubb, Aaron Jones, George Kittle, Chris Godwin, Lamar Jackson.
Oh my gosh!
Before I said Lamar Jackson, you're probably going Chubb Jones, right?
Right. Yeah.
And that would be.
Well, oh man, did he tell us anything about the scoring on there?
No, just PPR. So it's probably PPR. It's probably just normal. Everything's probably pretty simple other than PPR. So I'll tell you where I'm leaning. I think Nick Chubb is a shoo-in for me ahead of Jones. I like both of them. I think I like Chubb better. Barely. It's close, but I think I like Chubb better. Man, it is hard to pass up keeping Lamar Jackson.
I actually think I would probably, as of right now, I think I would.
I think he's so.
And once again, I could be wrong. I think this is where you take that risk because I think he truly is that. And it's scary. It's scary for a running quarterback because how many years of production do you really have at that high of a level? But for the next 3, say he does stay healthy, you have such a huge advantage. Even Pat Mahomes, when he was hurt last year and he didn't put up the numbers that he did the year before that, he was still a top 5 quarterback. So, and Lamar Jackson can not at that level throw it, but that plus run. I think he's too big of a weapon to throw back personally. And I feel I feel safer about him, and it's hard not to keep wide receivers, right? But I also think they're easier to come by, and I think Godwin broke out last year. He was a monster, but I also believe that I don't have the same confidence that he will do the same thing this year, and I'm willing to take that risk. So I think I would go with the 2 running backs and then Lamar.
So if you're keeping just the 2, you have to go Lamar, right? You go Lamar, one of those 2,
you can only
just
keep 2.
Just 2, yeah.
Oh my God, I thought we could keep 3.
No.
Now I'm all over the place again.
You have to go. Keeping them forever. I think it's Lamar because you're going to get Lamar for the next 10 years at least. 10 years of Lamar.
Ugh.
You're not going to, I would say longer, but with his style, it's not going to probably last maybe it won't be the 15 unless he changes everything up later on, which, you never know. He could reinvent himself and be there. But with one of the running backs, you might only get, the way the running backs work these days, you're only going to get like 3 years, right?
I agree. You're kind of drafting him as a running back. And that's how I would look at it. I'd be like, which one's a better running back? It is Lamar.
Yep, he's going to get you running stats.
So I agree with that. You would actually, does Hunt have any bearing in your mind when you look at Aaron Jones versus him? Because Aaron Jones has no one pushing him. Hunt is a talented player.
I think I'll still go Chubb. I was the biggest Aaron Jones guy, right? Mm-hmm. I think by far. I still love Aaron Jones. I really do. There's still just something there for me that I'm like, I just can't quite 100% buy in that it's going to be a long-term thing. You know what I mean? He's going to have a couple more good years, but is it going to go beyond that? That's where I'm at. And I think Chubb, it is a toss-up. Honestly, if you feel strongly about Jones over Chubb, go Jones over Chubb. That's how close it is to me. It's close enough where I would be okay if you chose the other running back. But I just think you can't throw Lamar back. You can't. He's that good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I actually agree with you on the running back situation as well. I could go either way. It's flip-flop on my end. And I don't – the thing that worries me, right, Aaron Jones – either team could turn into a pass-heavy offense next year with the talent they have around them, without a doubt. So who knows? You do have Hunt behind Chubb, but let's be honest, Chubb played better. I think he is a better running back as of right now, even though Jones put up crazy numbers, but I feel like that is a little more of an anomaly than what Chubb did because of how little Aaron Rodgers actually threw the ball, which I think is much more likely to go up. So I would probably go Chubb and Lamar. And that is one of the harder keeper questions that I've heard in a while because you're taking risk where I usually would say, no, you can keep wide receivers longer. You can do this, you can do that. I kind of throw it all out the window and I go, I can win next year with these key pieces if they play well.
Yep. So, I think it's where you go. So, all right. Done with the mock draft for this week. We'll be back next week with another episode of something, start talking about. Maybe we'll talk a little bit, I don't know. More lists. How about we get some lists together, Jeff? We haven't done enough of those yet, have we?
As long as people aren't tired of hearing about them, I'll make more.
It's always good. It's just a weird time right now because I feel like everything's gonna be pushed back. Who knows anymore right now, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, they should have the draft, so at least we can.
The
talk
draft
about
will
that,
happen.
But who knows about the season? Yeah.
We got the draft at least. That will happen, which is good. At least as now, it looks like everything's gonna happen with that, which is strange because the teams don't get to work these guys out beforehand and all that. It's gonna make for a really interesting, draft. So we'll be back though next week with another episode for you guys. Talk to you then.